All right. Hey, now, welcome to the Real Estate Rundown. I'm Dustin DeHart with Keller Mortgage and
Nick Lehman with the Lehman Group at KW.
good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you too.
Got a lot of stuff to talk about today on the rundown. What do you got planned for the rundown for us today?
We're going to talk a little bit about foreclosures,
Okay.
pace of market, maybe some football picks. Believe
There
it or
you go.
not, you might be winning.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to believe, but we'll figure it out. There's still a chance for me to catch up for sure.
All right. And a little reverse mortgage talk.
Nice.
How about that?
Okay, important.
What's chat CPI or whatever it's called? I don't know what
Acronyms.
We'll discuss that one. Oh, acronyms. Yes.
Yeah, I got another acronym game for you. So,
All right.
well, one for you. You had a game for me. I failed, and so we're going to see if I can stump you this time.
Awesome. All right.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. Yeah, it seems business is picking up, right? Applications, actually, for mortgage applications, they went up again this week. Now, we're still down almost 40% from this time last year.
Sure,
But,
sure.
not that long ago, a few weeks ago, we were down almost 50%. So it feels like activity's starting to get there, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely, and for us as well. I mean, just in the last week,
sent
I
us
think
3 buyers
I think I sent
already.
you 3,
I
in the
know.
last week. So people are definitely. Oh, it's January, holidays are over, I'm ready to do something. And
Yeah.
so I think the plan to get ready, people are really now starting to have those conversations, set up their searches, start with getting pre-approved. So it's been nice to move.
Yeah, the message is being heard. Like, I think they're understanding rates are high. This is
Yep.
what it is.
Right.
If they go down a little more, great. A lot of opportunities for buyers right now, so it's good. Yeah, people are taking advantage of it. And thinking by spring and summer months, man, it's going to be rocking and rolling again.
I feel that way. I still think the volume's going to be down, not the same pace that we've had.
I'm more like the last 6 months.
Okay, yeah, or
Right,
last
yeah.
like 60, 90
Yeah,
days for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
But no, some confidence in the market, and we'll see some consistency in sales and buyers starting to take action, really,
Yeah,
which is nice. So
Absolutely. So I actually have a buyer's appointment tomorrow.
okay,
I'll tell you, out of 100 people we talk to, maybe 5% want to come in the office nowadays,
Okay,
right? Before
okay.
COVID, it was probably like 15%. You know what I
Okay.
mean? 6 or 8 years ago, it was like 30 or 40%.
Yeah.
It's weird how times have changed. Normally, it's older people or
Sure.
first-time home buyers. I
Sure.
love to meet with them because trying to explain everything over the phone, like,
Right.
they're not understanding it.
Yeah, it's hard.
Right?
It's
and
hard
we
through
can
a
get them in
phone.
the office and I can show them line by line. That really helps us. But tomorrow's gonna be an interesting one.
okay, yeah.
It's a
Tell me
doozy.
more. What's going on?
Well, it's an older gentleman. He's a veteran, right?
Okay.
Not out of the norm there, right? His wife is younger. She's Asian, and she controls all the finances and makes all the decisions, right?
Okay.
Not out of the norm there, right? Most of the women make all the decisions,
Most of the
right?
women make all the financial
Here's
decisions.
where it gets a little strange.
Okay.
And then the real estate agents told me that, she doesn't speak English. I don't know what she speaks. Let's just say she speaks jive, right?
Mandarin or Cantonese. Yeah.
Or jive,
Okay.
and he doesn't speak jive, right?
Okay.
And, well, the $1 million question, right, you're thinking is, well, how do they interact, right?
If they don't, if there's a communication okay, yeah.
Right, which, I mean, maybe that's not that bad, right? Like, if you don't have to anyways, that was a wife joke.
I've seen.
Paula, I'm just kidding. She loves the podcast. So they actually talk through this, an app on the phone.
So
And then so that's going to happen tomorrow.
we got to film this.
I know,
Can
right?
you
That's what I was exactly thinking.
Say
so,
it's recording for quality assurance purposes.
and I just want to know when do I step in and just the older guy, all right, let me just take over. Let's get to the middleman, right? Because I'm going to be like, how much of a down payment do you want? And he's going to go, how much of a down payment you want? And then it'll say,
spit
like,
out.
knock yourself a pro slick, she speaks jive, remember? And then she'll go something like, slap me a piece of the porter on the drink side and run the Java, which means it'll come back and say very little down payment.
20%.
As little as we can. And that's going to frustrate me. And I'm like, all right, dude, just give me the phone, right?
Yeah, right.
Now, this could set a world record for longest meeting.
Appointment.
Yeah, but we really certainly need to ask if we could film it because I think we can really get some good show
100%,
nuggets
for
in
sure.
there
Yeah.
for next week.
Quality assurance purposes
Yeah.
allows you to record and film
Yeah.
anything.
I've
so.
stocked up on supplies just in case, we need to take a food break.
Some
or,
water,
yeah,
some
right, it could take a while. But,
Wow.
But yeah, so.
That's going to be exciting for you.
I know.
I'd
yes.
like you to text me when it's over. Actually, I want you to
Yeah.
text me when it starts.
What's the over-under?
And then text
Yeah.
me when it ends. What's your record on longest appointment right now?
Yeah, probably an hour.
Okay,
I'm pretty,
so
I'm pretty
taking
efficient.
the over for sure.
Oh, 100%.
I've seen
that's
that on
going
90 Day
over.
Fiance. I've seen that. That's how they communicate with each other.
Do
with
they?
the language barrier. Oh yeah, it's a thing. You watch that show?
No.
Oh, it's a great turn your brain off. You just need to watch some, interesting TV.
Right, okay.
That's my brain. I get bumblebee brain, so 90 Day Fiance is one of my go-tos.
Okay. I'll have to write that down.
But
All
they
right.
do. They speak.
Yeah.
It's
There
great.
you go.
It's
Nice.
Great. Yeah.
Gosh, phones do everything. You know what I mean? Like, can you
Technology
imagine?
is wild.
It is wild. Yeah. So rates, believe it or not, I just locked a VA rate today. Speaking of VA,
Okay.
it was 5.625%. Pretty
Wow.
good rate. It was only a half point cost, right?
Okay.
So to put that in perspective, in November, that would have been like, I don't know, 6 point cost.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
right.
So this is how much rates have calmed down. And he, so that was a $400,000 loan. So half point cost means that was about $2,000 to get to
$2,000
that
to get the
rate.
half point.
Now
Sure.
he had closing costs paid by the seller.
Nice.
So with the rest of the money, he got all the rest of the standard closing costs paid. So
Nice.
getting into a nice $400,000 house with a 5.625%
Wow,
rate, And look, with VA loans, there are streamlined, they're called interest rate reduction loans.
Okay.
Don't need income, don't need appraisals. Let's say rates go to 4.625% in the near future.
Yeah.
Boom, sign an application and then we lower his
Just
rate.
refi right there.
There you go. Simple
Awesome.
as that. So, all right.
Very cool.
What else do we got going on?
We got a
acronym?
game for you.
All right.
So, Dustin, last week you played this game and I think we had 10 or so. Over under was 6, 7.
Yeah.
I lost. That's the point. I owe you lunch still.
Sure.
We're going to put that on the calendar. But
right.
I am doing some real estate acronyms
Okay.
for you to see what your knowledge is on the real estate space. We know you know your lender space,
Yeah.
your mortgage space. So let's take a look. Let's
All
get
right.
started with the first acronym.
I'm already stumped. ARV.
So I didn't go in like easy to
Appraisal.
hard.
Ooh, yeah.
So ARV, this is very popular right now.
ARV. God, I have no idea.
Okay,
What's
it
this
stands
one?
for after repair value. So this is
okay.
big with the flippers right now, where they
Right.
see a distressed property and I got an ARV of 400,000,
Sure.
or I'm running I got to get 65%. So I
Got
can
it.
fix my ARV or fit in my ARV.
Right.
Okay, so super big right now, especially when you list a listing agent. If you have a property, you're going to get these.
Yeah, we use
flippers.
those for rehab loans.
For sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is what it looks like now, but after all these things are done, this
right.
will be the after approved value.
After
We don't call it
repair
an ARV
value.
though.
ARV.
Yeah.
All
We call
acronyms.
it-
All right, let's
yeah.
go to the next one.
Okay, comparative market analysis.
Look at you.
Yeah.
All right, nicely done.
CMA.
Nicely done. 1 for
everybody
2.
Gets a CMA and a turkey recipe for Thanksgiving, and that's how you
And
become a good real
partridge
estate
and a
agent.
pear tree.
You know?
Yeah, CMA, comparative market analysis, we use to just determine value on a home. Very standard,
Sure.
something we use. All right, let's do the next one.
Comp.
What does it stand for?
Comparative market. God. All right.
It's actually just short. It's more of an abbreviation, not an
okay.
acronym.
Well, I was
so
gonna say,
it's for a
comp's a comp.
comparable sale.
Okay. Well,
So
that's
a
what I
comp,
thought.
when
Okay, I thought it's standard for
It
something.
was more to slide the scale to
All
my
right.
side, so it doesn't really stand for COMP for something.
Gotcha.
It's comparable
Okay.
sale used in appraisals. When an appraiser actually goes out to the property, they use comps. They just don't say the word comparable.
Got it.
Okay?
Okay.
Cool. So
All right.
you
Yeah,
lost
well,
on that one.
all
You're
right.
1 for 3.
All right.
Let's move forward.
Earnest
Ooh,
money deposit.
Very
All
good.
right. EMD,
Excellent.
everybody's favorite thing.
that's
in a
what takes,
transaction.
it's the money that buyer puts in escrow, takes the property off the market essentially.
Showing good faith. It sits at the party waiting for you if you need it for down payment or closing.
There
right?
it is. Absolutely.
There you go.
All right, 2 for 4 so far.
For sale by owner.
Nice. There's some
FSBOs.
easy ones in there. I
Yeah,
sprinkled
there's,
some.
there's some FSBOs out there
There's
still
some.
around.
If
right?
you
Yeah.
are a seller doing a FSBO, I got to know why. Usually it's They don't want to pay commission, but there is a value. If we could show you the value of advertising your home, getting
and there's
more
studies. Yeah, I mean,
for your home.
Yeah, maybe that's for next rundown. But the studies show that you usually make a lot more money.
Usually
when
you
use
use a real estate agent, more than the 6%.
And real quick, every time I've done a FSBO transaction, it's been a nightmare. So,
or they don't want to fill out the SRPD, which may be coming up for you. All right, next one.
Homeowners Association.
Nicely done.
You got some easy ones.
I got some easy ones in there. HOA. We all know what those are. Don't leave your trash cans out more than 12 hours after they're picked up. Okay. Next one, please.
Multiple listing service.
Nice.
Boy, that's and that's the
5 for 8 so far.
Didn't you guys get rid of the MLS?
I think that they were trying to sell it, or we got rid of Realtor.com. They sold that out. But MLS, no, we're keeping it. It's nice. Yeah. I wish they would quit changing it because I'm the old guy that just figured it out, and then they want to keep.
Oh, they keep changing it.
They keep changing it to like a new version, and like I'm old and cranky, and I've already mastered it. Like, please don't change it.
Oh no, I hate that.
Yeah, I don't like new changes. So there we go. Next one, please.
Okay, REO is real estate. It's a foreclosure. So
it
what
is.
does it sound
it
for?
is.
Real estate owned.
That is. Good job. That's very impressive.
Exactly what it says.
People want to keep talking about foreclosures and how foreclosures are up, and they're up 100% year over. We'll talk about that here in just a second, but it does stand for real estate owned.
Right. So the banks now owns the property.
Own the property.
Right?
That is correct.
They don't, and they're not in the real estate game, so they want to get rid of it as soon as possible.
Absolutely. It costs them money each day. It's there. Right. So. Next one, good job. Six. Ooh.
Oh, Jesus. I should know this. I have no idea what they stand for.
Yeah.
SIDS and LIDS.
SIDS and LIDS.
LIDS is that's an acronym for a joint, if you ask Cheech and Chong.
I wish I had a SID.
I have no idea.
Special Improvement District.
Gotcha.
And limited improvement.
So
district.
What's the difference? I have no idea.
I actually don't know what the difference is between the two, other than one starts with an S, one starts with an L. But basically, it is an assessment on a property that has a total amount. You pay it twice a year, and it transfers from seller to buyer. So there's zero reason to actually pay it off. For all you sellers out there that live in SIDS and LIDS and I'm going to pay this off and this is a benefit, don't pay it off. It just transfers over to the new buyer. And it's
just for the structures around usually,
it's basically so Summerlin, for example, a lot of these master plan communities have SIDS and LIDS, and what happens is they file, they petition to the city, hey, I want to build 10,000 homes. And the city says, great, you got to put streets, roads, street lights. We're not paying for it. You got to pay for it. So then the developers place this improvement district tax or assessment on each property to get their money back.
Gotcha.
That's essentially what it's for. So I don't know if we have another one or not. Oh, there's one.
Seller's real property disclosure.
You know what? You are killing it.
And we don't need that. So if a lender tells you they need it, they don't.
Really? Yeah, so, I just had I'm on a listing site. They just asked for it yesterday.
I don't know why they keep doing that.
It's not an FHA thing?
No. But it's basically showing, like, if there's a dead body in the attic, right, and it caused a water leak, the seller could get in trouble and get sued for that water leak and not disclosing it, right?
Correct, yes.
Now, that the dead body's another thing, right? But if you know something's wrong with the house
and you don't disclose it, and it can be proven that you knew, you can technically be held for 3 times the liability of what the damage was.
Got it. There you go.
But seller's real property disclosure. That was a very good job.
Thank you.
Was that the last one? I think that was it.
CC&R clearance.
That
Proud Mary.
That was it. Rick says that was it. You actually went 7 for 10.
Okay.
So you did better than me. That means I can buy you.
Some layups in there. Yeah. What'd you think? SRPD? Did you think I was getting that one right?
I didn't think you'd get SID and LID. I didn't think you'd get REO.
Yeah. Okay.
ARV.
Well, REO is so ingrained in our heads.
You've been in the game a minute.
Yeah.
So.
If you weren't buying an REO, you were buying a short sale.
That's true.
Right?
I was a short sale specialist, to be honest with you. I dressed like a Superman one time to get this listing.
There you go.
And I'm already short, so it was actually really funny. I should come in.
All right, rundown time.
All right. Rundown. You know what the rundown is?
I do. So we have some topics that we throw up here every damn week, and we rapid fire.
Yeah.
And are timed, and we're getting better with the time.
We're getting really good.
It was abysmal at first, but we've gotten a lot better at this, right?
They say it takes 10,000 hours to master something.
It does. Well, damn, we're
not
awesome.
going to be there soon. All right, let's get started with the rundown. If we could start the clock, please. We got reverse mortgages. Fun topic.
Yeah, look, I think by now most people understand what a reverse mortgage is, right? And, they got a lot of backlash back in the days, right? But here's the deal. It can be very beneficial for someone to be in a reverse mortgage, right? So the basics are you're going to be at least 62 years old.
Okay.
And 50% equity, right?
Okay.
The older you get, the less equity you need, right? Because we're hedging the time you die.
Right.
Simple as that. No way to put it around it, right? Now, most of them are through refinancing, right? So,
Okay.
An elderly couple now 62, they have a house that's worth $400,000, but they have a loan amount of $200,000, right? They can go now put that forward mortgage into a reverse mortgage, right? Now, why would they want to do that? Well, now they'll no longer have to pay any mortgage payments, right?
So reduces monthly.
They still have a mortgage, but instead of it going down, it's going up every month,
Got it.
right? Now, let's say they had no mortgage, right? And now they could literally take 200 grand out, right? And not pay that back, more or less, right?
Okay.
They got to keep up on the taxes, the insurance, the HOAs, the SIDS and lids, and all that
the
stuff,
fun things.
right? But look, if you want to leave your home to like your son or daughter,
Okay.
like my dad does, he's dead set on it. Whatever it is, he's going to, bad words, choice of words, sorry. But
pun
he's going to
intended.
give me his house, right?
got it.
Now, I have no kids. So when I turn 62, the first thing I'm going to do the day later is close on my reverse mortgage, right?
Okay.
Why not, right?
Yeah, take that
my
monthly.
house is worth $1 million. I can get $500,000.
Yeah.
It could be a nice little retirement push until I could start turning on the real one when I'm 66. So, and there's different ways you can get the money, but I'm running out of time.
You
So,
are. I
all
want to
right.
bring that back up in final thoughts because I have a
Perfect.
question on that. But let's talk about foreclosures. So we had the acronym of the REO, and a big stat came out this week that said foreclosures are up 110% year over
Right.
year.
Yep.
And so again, I don't want to pound this through people.
110% from what?
From
Right.
zero, exactly.
right.
So that's the big takeaway is let's understand where we were, where we're going, and what that means. So will there be more foreclosures? Yes, there will be more foreclosures. And understand that came from, we just had a moratorium and forbearance programs that were essentially allowing for zero foreclosures to happen.
Correct. So
So
we can only go up.
You can only go up from zero.
Right.
Now, what is normal? So I did do some research. What is normal since pre-pandemic? And I took a span of the last 15, 17 years into play. Normal is about 600,000 annual per year
Okay.
foreclosures in the country.
Okay.
Okay, put that into perspective. Last year we had 324,000
Right.
in a year that foreclosures just now started.
Okay.
So are they going up? They are going up, but let's please understand that anything up from zero is more,
Right.
and we are still way below what the annual average is, and everybody wants to remember 2008, 2009, 2010, and you can see we were at 2 million plus during those years. So it's when I'm getting the calls, which I am now all the time, Nick, I want a foreclosure. Aren't there any foreclosures out there?
Right.
I want this deal. I want this foreclosure. There are foreclosures. However, there still are very few of them.
Sure.
And most of the investors, hedge fund groups are gobbling these up. So please have that in the front of your mind when we're ready to start applying, getting pre-approved that there's
And last
not these
time I
deals.
checked, a lot of people with equity still, right?
A lot of
So
people
I
have
don't-
equity.
I don't
So-
see this big foreclosure
no,
problem
they'll just
happening.
sell, and that's
Right.
just let's understand that. So
And
let's
actually, I want to talk to you about that, the rundown as well after
okay,
the rundown.
love it.
So,
Chat GB, what is it?
GPT. So have you heard
Okay.
about this? No? Okay, so I learned about this like 6 weeks ago.
Okay.
Right? So this is an AI, right?
Okay,
And what sucks is like last 3 days I've been trying to go on there and type a question, but it's like, yeah, we're too busy right now. Like,
Okay.
they literally, and
They're just swamped?
they'll email me when I can actually type in a question, right?
Interesting.
So
Okay.
it's artificial intelligence, but it literally, Nick, it's predicting from everything in its database. It could pass the bar exam, the medical exam. I've seen questions just as simple of, very easy questions, and it eloquently puts stuff out. Sometimes it misses, but more often it doesn't miss, right? And it's pretty crazy, right? It's almost sci-fi. Oh my God, what is going on now, right?
Yeah, that sounds wild.
And this is just the first version of it, right?
Okay.
It's only going to get better, right? That leads to a million questions, right? Will this replace jobs?
Yeah.
Probably, right? I mean, is this, look, when I went to college, I was right at the cuts of the internet just starting, right? And I actually had to go to the library and read a book, right? And take copious notes and microfilm. You ever heard of that?
I think I saw it one time in a movie.
So look, I think that's the line of demarcation between our cultures, if you've used microfilm or not, right?
Okay.
And that's anyway. So how does this not really change the world? I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm
so
like
from
too
it,
crazy.
how are they going to use it? Like more as an admin level, or just
how to build a bomb, how to do this, how to you know what I mean? I mean, you can get bad and you can get good, right? It doesn't have any emotions yet, right?
Yeah.
But it is pretty freaky. And I'll come next week. I'll show you some of the things that it spit out that it'll kind of blow your mind.
That would be fun. That would be fun.
All right, here we go. Everybody's favorite, my favorite.
The playoffs. Yeah. So I went back. I tallied the score. Okay. You are winning. It is 6-4.
All right.
The format was unique. I started it my way to make sure I could win. Yeah. It's not working out in my favor. That's how the universe works.
Right.
But you did get to pick last week, so I get to start this week.
Sounds good.
And I know we both have the Bengals going to the Super Bowl, so I'm going to stick with that, and I'm going to pick the Bengals this week. Okay. And that will leave you with the NFC side.
I'm a Niners fan. I got to go with the Niners, right? Now, look, this is the best matchup in the NFL playoffs ever, because all four of those teams are almost even odds to win the Super Bowl, which never happens. Now, if Mahomes wasn't hurt, I think the Chiefs would certainly be the favorite.
Sure.
But not an egregious favorite. So it's going to be some damn good football.
Yeah, it's going to be great. No, I'm excited. And, I just want to put out into the universe, there's still a chance for me to win. Hypothetically, if the Bengals win and the Eagles win, we're tied, which goes to the Super Bowl, and then I can win by one. You do. So that would be on you if you lose.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see a Bengal-Eagles Super Bowl, so I can still be in the mix here. But no, anything stood out for you? Did you get a chance to watch some of the games?
I watched them all. They were all great games.
Okay.
Cowboys game was interesting.
It was.
I
can't believe I picked them. But Dak, man, he's just can't turn the ball over.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
And football is so year-round anymore. You know what I mean? Because once the Super Bowl hits, what are we on? Now it's the draft.
Now it's the draft,
and free agency. Where's Tom Brady going? Where's Aaron Rodgers
Vegas,
going?
Right? We're going to get one of them.
I think so.
I'm hoping. That would be...
I think, to hit Tom Brady to kind of fill in the blanks for a year and see what happens. And
then you'll go
certainly sell some tickets. I don't know
if
we'll be showing Tom Brady on the Super Bowl bracket next year.
Maybe a while. I don't know. It's a tough division. They're not going to make it.
It's going to be fun to see. It is a tough division. All right, paying
a home off early. Okay. Should I pay my home off early?
Well, that's up to you, right? And if you're going to talk to a financial advisor or somebody else, they'll probably tell you otherwise and put your money into an interest-bearing account. Go that way, right?
Sure.
And, with low interest rates, sometimes it doesn't make sense. But most Americans would like to have a home that's free and clear.
Yeah,
right?
Sounds nice.
Having that mortgage payment sucks, right? Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. There's a lot of hacks out there that tell you can pay your home off early without making extra payments. I don't need Chat GPI to tell you that that does not exist. That's not true. Okay. So there's always, and then back in the old days, remember there was the whole bi-monthly thing, right?
Yeah.
So people would do that and I'm going to pay my home off. But then the companies would charge you like $500 to do it and kind of defeated the purpose. Guys, it's real simple. So the bi-monthly one is a great one, right? So if you pay every 2 weeks, you're going to make one extra payment a year, right? So on a $475,000 loan with a 7% interest rate, well, you'd save about $170,000 in interest by just doing bi-monthly payments, right?
Wow.
So I looked at another one, so I couldn't put these up on the screen here. But right now we're seeing a lot of interest rate reductions, right? Or seller paid concessions, right?
Sure.
People concerned about interest rates, right? So we take a $500,000 mortgage, and let's say it was normally 7%. We got it to 6.25% through seller concessions. Rates are certainly lower than that right now. If they did the one extra payment a year, right, they would end up saving $276,238 versus the 7% interest rate and making the one payment, right? And effectively, that would take that loan from that 6.25% to 5.25% when
by
you average
making
it
the
all
extra
out.
payment.
Right. So there's there's different ways that we need to promote this to buyers where do the bi-monthly payment, you actually have this rate, right? And that's not taking into account refinancing. I'm going over.
You are.
Yep.
That's all right. We'll bring it back.
Home
no,
sales.
that's super interesting. So lots of phone calls again. We talked about the foreclosures. The market's flat, flood of foreclosures, still a little bit of concern that the market's going to crash. And I just wanted to point out some simple stats because everything is pretty much math, right? So did you know, Dustin, that in this country, every minute 8 homes sell?
Yeah.
Did you know that?
I had no idea.
That sounds like a lot.
I didn't really know what a sit and lit is.
That's true.
To know that?
But during this segment of my rundown, 16 homes will have closed.
Wow.
So I even went locally here. Okay. So I did some math, carried the one, calculated just based off of 1,600 closings, which is kind of what we've been averaging per month.
Sure.
The last 60 days here, that every 2.2 hours, a home sells here.
Yeah. That's a lot of houses.
The market's moving, and that's the point that I'm trying to, for every headline out there that the market is flat or the market's not doing this or the foreclosures are up 100%, we have to really peel that back. And what does that really mean? The market is still moving. We're selling 1,600 homes now a month. It's
certainly going up soon.
It's moving for sure. And rates are going down, which is just going to cause more and more buyers to continue to have confidence in the market, come off the fence. So the market is not crashing.
No, it's not. It's
moving.
It had a correction. It needed one.
It did.
When you have these big booms and busts, they don't last forever. The booms didn't last forever.
No.
The bust we saw is certainly not going to last forever either, right?
That's true.
We're certainly not out of the woods completely, right? There's There's some time, but look, we're getting back to normal, and we have to understand what we saw the 2 prior years isn't normal.
That's what people have to grasp. It wasn't normal.
People have to still buy houses and sell houses,
that's true.
Right?
They will still keep living.
Right. It's not a FOMO. I got to do this anymore. So, all right, let's wrap this up.
Let's go back real quick. We got a little bit of time because you brought up reverse mortgages, and something that I even get. I don't do reverse mortgages, but I hear it often is, what happens when the seller were to pass and there still was a balance?
Yeah, great. Because I couldn't get to that.
Yeah.
So basically what happens is, first of all, it's guaranteed, so it's a non-recourse loan, right?
Okay.
So meaning even if it was upside down, all of a sudden your heirs aren't going to have to deal with that and pay the bank back, right?
Right. Okay.
So that's why the bank wants a lot of equity into it, right?
Makes sense.
If I die today, right, and I'm leaving my house to my nieces and nephews, right? Let's say there's $100,000 in there, right? Well, they have a few options. They have 12 months to take care of it, right? They can sell the house, which is typically what happens.
Okay.
If they were on a trust or something like that, they could refinance it in their name.
Okay.
They can even move. They can keep making the payments if they were, you know what I mean, and keep it going. But typically, they would just sell the house, right?
Okay.
Now, if whatever reason the house was upside down, they just simply say, bank, hey, you can have your house back.
Got it. And I think a lot of people have that myth that as soon as the person dies, then it just goes to the bank, whether there's equity or not.
Correct.
And so that's what I wanted to clarify, that's not the case.
Big piece of reverse mortgages, but sometimes the rundown. Sometimes all these topics aren't good for the rundown.
No, for sure. This is super. I have a listing right now that's it has a reverse mortgage on it, and there's no beneficiaries. There's no people. The beneficiary is actually a foundation. It's the animal foundation.
Oh, sweet.
To be honest. So
there you go.
We're gonna pay off the reverse mortgage, and then they'll get the rest of the proceeds.
You can actually buy a house using a reverse mortgage. So 62-year-old, and it's a $400,000 house. We do the calculations, and you need 210 to put down and
Wow.
move in and never have a mortgage payment. So
something new every day.
a lot of ways to use that reverse mortgage in your favor, you know, and you could take it as a lump sum or take monthly payments and set it up in an interest-bearing account. But it really can help, you know, senior citizens and people that really need that money right now. Because let's face it, life's tough right now. All these extra expenses. And, you know, if they can go in and save $1,500 a month on a mortgage payment that could be used for health care or whatever it is, it's certainly a good option to look at.
Yeah,
right.
It
Just don't
kind
tell
of
my dad
debunks that it has this bad stigma, and there's a lot of positives from using a reverse mortgage.
We just want to tell my dad that, so he can, he slaps a reverse mortgage on there, and I'm just kidding. So, all right, well, that went quick as usual, Nick. If anybody wants to get a hold of you, how do they do it?
Yeah, best way to do it is call or text. That's my direct line, 702-289-5200. You can call or text anytime. Dustin, how about you?
Yeah, so 702-217-3009. Text, email, or whatever it is. We'd love to hear from you guys, and you know, I'm willing to do 2-hour appointments, even if both of you don't speak the same language.
Yeah,
so
I mean, wow.
We go above and beyond. Sometimes you make you earn your pay, right? That might be happening tomorrow. All right, guys, we'll see you next week.